Imagine this. You're a car company. You spent a decade and several billion dollars building what is arguably the most technologically impressive electric car on the planet. And then one day, a guy with a camera in his garage makes a video and your stock starts bleeding out. Sound familiar? It should be because it's happened before, and I'm starting to wonder if we're watching it happen again in slow motion to a company called Lucid. So today we're answering three questions. One, is Lucid's build quality actually as bad as the internet says? Two, can a single YouTube review really kill a car company? And three, the big one here, is Lucid teetering on the edge of a cliff, or is that just doomer clickbait? This one is going to be a little bit juicy. Let me take you back to February 2024. A tech reviewer named Marquise Brownlee, MKBHD to his 14-ish million followers, drops a video with the most brutal title in automotive history. This is the worst car I've ever reviewed. And that car was the Fisker Ocean. That video went viral and amassed nearly 6 million views, and Fisker's stock plunged after its release. In fact, the stock nosedived about 50% after that review dropped. And here's the part that's almost poetic. Brownlee couldn't even get a car from Fisker directly. They kept delaying his press vehicle, so he went and got a used Ocean from a local Mitsubishi dealership. When the company won't lend you their car to review, maybe the company already knows what you're about to find out. 4 months later, June 2024, Fisker files for Chapter 11 bankruptcy. It's curtains. And the internet does what the internet does. It pins the murder on Marquise. You killed Fisker. His response was basically a mic drop. He said everyone was commenting that he killed them. But the truth was they were already doomed long before any of his videos, and annoyingly for the angry mob, he was right. Look at the receipts. At the time of that review, Fisker had revealed in a regulatory filing that it had just $121 million left in the bank. And federal safety regulators had already started investigating the Ocean for complaints about the brakes not working well. And roughly 40,000 of the 70,000 pre-orders had been canceled. So MKBHD didn't push Fisker off the cliff. He just turned on the lights so we could watch them fall. The review was the obituary, not really the cause of death. Okay, hold on to that thought though, because now we fast forward to December 2025, and a different YouTuber, a different car, and a chillingly similar feeling ends up in my stomach. The channel is Engineering Explained, and the guy is Jason Fenske. Over 4 million subscribers, and crucially, this is not some hot take merchant. This is a mechanical engineer who makes videos with whiteboards and physics equations. When this man says the car is bad, it lands a little bit differently. His video title? Owning a Lucid has been super disappointing. It racked up more than 714,000 views in the first 24 hours and eventually crossed 1.2 million. And here's the kicker that gave me whiplash. The same guy had a glowing review of Lucid just 3 months earlier. People were buying these cars because Jason liked them. So when he turned, that gets awkward. What did he actually find on his 2025 Lucid Air Touring? The frunk that routinely failed to open on the first try. Coolant pumps that had to be replaced, a broken fan button, and my personal favorite here, the bug that's so absurd it's almost adorable, the rear heated seats turning on automatically when his dog rode in the back. Yes, the car was warming up the good boys behind without permission. Somewhere there's a very cozy and slightly confused Labrador that thinks it may have wet itself. And it just keeps going. Software glitches, plug and charge problems, CarPlay issues. It got bad enough that Lucid agreed to buy the car back after the host described a single weekend road trip with at least 8 separate faults. 8 in a weekend. Now, that's not a car, that's a group project where you did all the work. So at this point you're thinking, okay, case closed. Lucid is Fisker 2.0, hit the lights, somebody called the bankruptcy lawyers, and honestly, that was kind of my gut reaction. But here's where the story gets weird because it refuses to be that simple. Because in the very same video where Jason torches the car, he also says it's brilliant. He basically says, and I'm paraphrasing here, 2 things can be true at once. He hammered the software while praising nearly everything else, pointing out that Lucid created the most efficient vehicle sold in the United States, and that doesn't happen without extraordinarily clever engineering. And that is the paradox, and it's the whole story. Let's geek out here for a second because the engineering here is genuinely no notes, totally fetch. The Lucid Air isn't just efficient, it's the most efficient EV in the US according to the EPA. 2 years running, in fact, beating the Tesla Model S and the Mercedes EQS. It was the first vehicle in the world to hit a ratio of 5 miles of range per kilowatt hour, and it earned the highest MPGe rating ever given to an EV at 146. Let me translate that out of nerd. Efficiency in an EV is like miles per gallon in a gas car, how far you can go on a given chunk of energy. The air sips those electrons. The Air Grand Touring is the only EV rated over 500 miles of range. And to flex on everybody, a Lucid Air set a Guinness World Record by driving 749 miles on a single charge from Switzerland to Germany. No pit stops. 749 miles, that's crazy. So how did it do it? Well, a 900-volt electrical architecture they designed in-house, built around custom battery cells and one of the most sophisticated thermal management systems in the business is how. And this isn't just me being impressed. Sandy Monroe, a legendary teardown engineer from Detroit, no less, my hometown, who takes cars apart for a living, said Lucid's electric drive system is the only thing he's seen that can beat Tesla on the drive motor. Oh, and the man who founded Lucid and engineered all this, he was the chief engineer of the original Tesla Model S, so the DNA is elite. So now we have the real mystery here. If the car is this good, record-breaking, world-leading good, how can the company be in trouble? And is it in trouble? Let me hit you with the numbers and try not to gasp. In the first quarter of 2026, Lucid's net loss ballooned to $1 billion, up from a $366 million loss the year before. Revenue did grow 20% to $282 million, but Wall Street wanted about $440 million. It was Lucid's biggest revenue miss in more than 4 years. For the full year 2025, operating losses were around $3 billion, and quarterly cash burn has been averaging close to $850 million. Let that sink in for a moment. In one stretch, Lucid spent over $850 million to bring in about $260 million. That is not a business model. That is a bonfire with a parking lot. Here's the metaphor that finally made it click for me. Lucid's cost of revenue still exceeds its revenue. In plain English, it means it costs them more to build each car than they sell it for. They are effectively selling dollar bills for 90 cents and trying to make it up in volume, which is not how economics works. And the volume isn't there either. They delivered just 3,093 vehicles in Q1 against expectations of over 5,200. Partly because, and this is where the build quality stuff comes to bite them in the butt, they had to recall all 4,476 Gravity SUVs built before mid-February over improperly welded seatbelt anchors, which triggered a 29-day stop sale. Then, weeks later, a second recall hit 3,627 Air sedans over half-shaft bolt failures. So, Jason's trunk wasn't a one-off. There's a real recurring execution problem here. The stock tells the same grim story. Lucid did a 1-for-10 reverse stock split in late August 2025, which, if you don't speak finance, is the corporate equivalent of changing your name and moving to a new town so people stop recognizing you as a penny stock. Even after that, shares crashed more than 76% over the past year, hitting fresh record lows around $6. So, doomed, right? Fisker, the sequel, hit the lights. No, and this is where the parallel breaks down a little bit, and it's the most important thing in this whole episode, because Lucid has something Fisker never had, a sugar daddy. And not just any sugar daddy, a sovereign wealth fund. Saudi Arabia's public investment fund has committed roughly $9.5 billion to Lucid since 2018, and it owns more than 50% of the company. Here's the truly wild part. The PIF has put in close to 4 times what the entire company is currently worth in the stock market. So remember Fisker? $121 million in the bank and a good luck? Lucid, by contrast, said it's funded through at least 2027 and just pulled off another $1 billion capital raise in 2026 alongside naming a new CEO. That CEO, by the way, Silvio Napoli, former head of the Schindler Group, officially took over on June 1st, 2026, the latest in a leadership shuffle after the founders stepped down in early 2025. So no, one YouTuber with a whiteboard cannot kill a company that an entire kingdom has decided it wants alive. MKBHD didn't kill Fisker, the empty bank account did. And Engineering Explained can't kill Lucid because Lucid's bank account still has a Saudi area code. So here's my take for whatever it's worth, which is absolutely nothing. Lucid is not dying tomorrow, but it is absolutely living on a clock, a very expensive oil-funded clock. The danger was never the review. The danger is the math. They've nailed the hardest part of the business, the part everyone said was impossible. They out-engineered Tesla on efficiency, but they are fumbling the part that should be easier. Building the same car twice in a row, not setting a pile of money on fire doing it. The thing that saves them isn't a better front. It's whether Napoli can fix the execution and stop the bleeding before Saudi patience or the Saudi oil revenue runs thin. Because sovereign wealth funds are generous, but they are not charities. At some point, even the richest backer in the world looks at a bonfire and asks, so when do we stop buying firewood and throwing it on there? That's the real cliff, not the YouTube video. The video just turned on the lights. So is Lucid the next Fisker? No, not yet. Fisker fell because nobody caught it. Lucid is falling into the world's largest safety net, and the only question that matters now is whether they climb out before everyone gets tired of holding it. I'm really curious to see what happens. The world is often better with more competition. So in general, I would like to see them on the road and succeed. But that's not up to me. I'll see you in the next one.